Obese the Prophet.
Sure, Prophet got them fire beats.
This money is made, you get what you pay. You work 9 to 5, you get fucked enslaved. Never say much, that just get in the way. 40 plus hours to barely break even. The capitalists are running this shit. I swear that they laughing while we just keep screaming. What is the meaning of life and gun squeezing? This needing to fight, breathing so light, tiptoeing through life, depressed and not right. Drugs in your system, they mixed up with Sprite. That time up in prison compressed all my sight. Having a baby, it gave me new life, a reason for living, a reason to fight. So I say fuck the system, I'm living my truth. I never tell lies when I spit in the booth. Existing with knowledge, persistent with carnage. We write all the time and we stay on the grind, taking my time, elevating my mind. Sometimes I could die and sometimes I could live. Contemplate life and then anew begin. Write all the time and we stay on the grind, taking my time, elevating my mind. Sometimes I could die and sometimes I could live. Contemplate life and then anew begin.
I'll never break, stress, give or take. I'll never stop, there is no break. I am awake, I'll move and shake, raise every stake, past him awake. No time for grief, no time for sleep. Reap what I sow, life is a jeep, life is the beat. This is my heart, if you never stop, it'll never start. Take time to think, watch circles shrink, find missing links, throw kitchen sinks, grind on the brink. Mind is a sink, weaponize words, lines with the ink. Hunger for truth, not with the group, only for you, now show and prove. Never play the fool, hate is my fuel, mic is my tool, mind is a jewel. Chrome plated, diamond in the rough located. Give me what I'm worth, prorated. I'm the stars in the sky, gold painted. You will never see my glow faded. Story of my life notated in the raps, nothing left unstated. This a foreign language translated. Ill-fated, don't understand. Can't conquer me, I'm in command. Not afraid to draw lines in the sand. Wanna hate, I don't give a damn. One man band here to beat. Getting to this point's been a feat. World in my hands from the sweet. Elevate your mind, take a seat.
We write all the time and we stay on the grind, taking my time, elevating my mind. Sometimes I could die and sometimes I could live. Contemplate life and then anew begin. We write all the time and we stay on the grind, taking my time, elevating my mind. Sometimes I could die and sometimes I could live. Contemplate life and then anew begin. Enemies close, friends they stay closer. They trying to test me, their life will be over. It's been 14 years that I've been this sober. I'm just getting started, my life it ain't over. My story is something you'd watch in a movie, like Scarface, Tony, some coke and jacuzzis, automatic rifles, some Max and some Uzis. I always stay strapped with a Glock and some Coochie. My point is I've grown from the man that I was. I'm bigger and better than the pain that I caused. I know I'm not perfect, I got many flaws. Back in the day, I broke many laws. I elevated to a whole nother level. The way I slay verses and beast instrumental. I know I'm doing good, my foot to the pedal. I love all my haters, to me they are special. We write all the time and we stay on the grind, taking my time, elevating my mind. Sometimes I could die and sometimes I could live. Contemplate life and then anew begin. We write all the time and we stay on the grind, taking my time, elevating my mind. Sometimes I could die and sometimes I could live. Contemplate life and then anew begin. We write all the time and we stay on the grind, taking my time, elevating my mind. Sometimes I could die, sometimes I could live. Contemplate life and then anew begins. Shit.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So I mean, I just love that lyric video that Coherent put together. So I like to play it. The album is finally out, so a little bit of shameless self promotion while we're there talking about that. So leading into the show, today's show, we got Dirty Boy Raw joining us. You know, we had a decent showing last week. Had a pretty good show and hoping to continue that here this week.
Yeah.
Happy that my project is finally dropped. I've been waiting a long time, and happy to talk about my work I've done with Dirty Boy Raw and the project that he's got coming out. I got a feature on the uh, album and shit, so we can talk about that. But yeah, let's jump right into it and introduce tonight's guest. That's Dirty Boy Raw. Yo, what's up?
Well, life. What's up, OBs? How you living?
Good, man. How's it going?
We blessed. We here. We out here. We still going. I'm still on, man.
Hell yeah. Um, yeah. So we just was talking about my project finally dropping, talking about a little bit about your project that I got a feature on. We're going to talk about during the show, and just basically how well this season of the podcast has been going and the amount of great content that we've got out of the guests that we've had. So it's always good because for me, I'm the type of person I like to listen to other people's music. I'm not like a hater. I don't want to hate on people's shit. Like I want to hear all the creativity that everybody is making all around me. It's something that I love, and not just music, but visuals too. Music videos and short films and all that shit. Anything kind of artistic and creative, painting, fucking whatever it is, I'm into it. So that's why I like doing the show so much, because it's so much of what I like to do. And then we talk about Bigfoot and fucking crazy weird shit too. So but yeah, so typically we start off the show with a little artist introduction. So why don't you let the viewers know, like, who is Dirty Boy Raw?
Yo, Dirty Boy Raw, man. South Carolina, man. Born and raised. The name of itself, Dirty Boy Raw, is just pretty much a description of who I am and my talent. You know what I mean? I grew up in the southern region of the country, so we're all dirty boys. What sets me apart from the rest is I'm raw. A little deeper definition to it, but it goes through the streets. You feel me? You work hard, you play hard, you get your level up, and then you get your establishment going. So, as far as the way I did music, man, I came from a musical family, man. Like, in the South, growing up in the South, man, we're like religious people. I came up under, great grandmas, moms, you know what I'm saying? Churches, choirs, you feel me?
Yeah.
My OGs listening to jazz, you know what I'm saying? The blues, you feel me? So it's like a lot of things that always influenced my drive to do music. So I was saying, as soon as I could rap, as soon as I could put the lyrics together, I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? My first rap I put together out of alternative school. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of a hard head as a youngin', so I, you know what I'm saying, I ended up going to an alternative school. So I only go to school for like half a day. I would go work for my grandfather or whatever. And when I'm working for my grandfather, he would teach me things, but he would scold me. And a lot of those my way of being rebellious is when I would run my mouth. So I started making my lyrics. Started putting my lyrics together, you know what I'm saying? I started combating what he would say to me, but I couldn't say it to him because of the respect I had for him. You know what I'm saying? And it turned into me writing rhymes, making lyrics. Got in the game 15, I was a freestyle battler, you know what I'm saying? I would battle everybody, anybody, battling cats from South Carolina to Maine, you know what I'm saying? I got my name in the streets for doing that type of thing. Out here in Maine, I ended up in, which I live in Auburn right now. I ended up in Auburn, Lewiston, Auburn. Used to battle cats in the club. Fast shout out to Josh Harps. I think he's doing DJ work now. Me and him used to collide a lot on the lyricism thing. But, me and him got each other's name up as far as those epic battles.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's it. You know what I mean? I met a lot of producers and engineers, Genius, Ajax, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Tommy Guns was one of the first people to help me start doing shows out here.
Yep.
So it's always been a progressive grind for me.
Yeah, I remember that era of what was like 2004, 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, exactly like that. Straight CeeLo. Everybody,
Yep.
we had that collective right there in Portland.
Everybody was doing shows. Everybody was doing shows all the time too. It was a good time and a bad time. Just young and out of control, but still learning a lot, ins and outs of not only the recording process, but like you said, doing shows and getting to know how that all works. Because it's not an exact science. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different shit when you go different places. Everybody got different rules, regulations, ways they like
I'm
shit to
saying,
be.
like, as far as being a cat from the South, the way like I connected with people out here, I'm glad I got introduced to people that actually grinded. You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
lot of people in the South, we got a slogan: "Empty wagon, make a lot of noise." But all of my cats, like everybody that said it, they did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And moving around people like that, and the company that we kept back then, we did grind. It was all fun. Yes, it was young and wild, but it helped us to be established to where we are today.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. So I mean, now the introduction is out of the way. Any strange news from this week that you got that you thinking about, Justin? That you heard about or anything?
Nah, I went 0 for 5, and I couldn't get a single story this week. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, like we've talked about
Yeah.
before on here, I got a couple. There's of course, TikTok trends. We've talked about that a few times on here. People doing dumb shit on TikTok. TikTok trend gets dozens of teens arrested. So we covered TikTok challenges, like I said, like this before, but this one in particular led to a girl setting herself on fire. But the one we talked about before, I meant to say, it was about that girl who set herself on fire, and then that one, the UK had banned kids from buying beans. We talked about those two already in past episodes, but this latest one is, I think, the most idiotic of all so far. So those little squishy little plastic pellets, that the Orbeez, I think they're called. You can throw them in the water; they get squishy or whatever. So kids have come up with the bright idea of loading air guns with these squishies, then shooting strangers with them while filming the whole thing for TikTok. It's called the Orbeez Challenge. Orbeez Challenge, right, is what they're calling it. So anyway, Orbeez might be soft and squishy, but when one comes hurtling at you after some kid fires out of an air gun, it can still hurt you. And if it hits you in the eye, that's exactly what happened to Andrea Alonso, a 9th grader from Charlotte, North Carolina. She was talking to some friends at Olympic High School one morning in March when suddenly she doubled over in pain. Something hit her eye. Surprise, surprise, it was an Orbeez ball. She got taken to school nurse. While she got treated by the nurse, the teen called their mother. By the time Alonso's mother had got to the school, the nurse was ready to take her daughter to the hospital. She was shaking and didn't know what the damage was, so she could lose her eyes, what the doctor basically said. So this is one of those things that where you're watching this and you're just thinking like, all right, so back in the day, when we compare shit, like we were kids and we did stupid shit. We'd go around town and fucking steal shit off people's lawns and drink and drive and whatever else you fucking do as a kid. That's fucking dumb, right? But some of these things, they seem to take it a little too far, I think.
At this day and age, I feel like these young kids do anything for clout. They do anything for attention, man.
Right.
These challenges set that type of thing on fire. Like,
Right.
yeah, you want the attention, you want to be noticed, but at the same time, man, you got the stupidity in some of this shit is like, why even do that? You feel me?
What they're willing to do for fucking 10 minutes or 10 seconds of fucking TikTok fame is ridiculous.
You feel me? Like, what was that thing a couple years ago? That crate challenge show. I wasn't. Go sit your stupid ass down, bro. You really gonna try to climb on some crates and break your back, man? Come on, bro.
So many people go get hurt. Like that's just dumb shit. Like why? It'd be one thing if they're like at the top of the crate. If you get up to the top, there's like $1,000 in it for you. It's just
something like that. I mean, cats was putting up money for it, but at the same time, when you hurt yourself, that's what I'm saying. You hurt. You can't come back from that.
Yeah.
You as a matter of fact, because you chasing the clouds, you getting these views on the internet, but you didn't get the views you wanted. They watch you fumble the ball and hurt yourself, and now you hurting. So
yeah, the challenge
shit is different too, though.
That shit doesn't make any sense at all to me. But yeah, I figured since we've talked about these stupid TikTok trends before, I might as well mention this one that I had saw from earlier this week. What else? There's another one here that I was looking at earlier. I'm trying to find. Well, we talked about the albums recorded in bizarre locations, I think, on the last episode.
Yeah, I think that was last week.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought we did too. So, yeah, not really much fucking strange news, not much going on down in Florida right now, I don't think. So, the strange news I have on my stuff isn't really strange. It's like the fatal fungus shit, that like cordyceps fungus that we've talked about that ants and shit. That's wiping out a bunch of ants in Texas. But we talked about cordyceps a few times, and it's like, there isn't really much of strange news this week. I was hoping there'd be more, but really ain't.
Yeah,
We
it was all fucking Will Smith and Chris Rock. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was
Yo,
Will Smith.
no cap. They were talking about that. Like,
Yeah,
ever
people
since it
thinking, hey,
happened.
this is set up. People saying it's not set up. Like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's going down. I don't, you know, for me, it's crazy because I watched some videos, not just of it happening, but people trying to analyze it, body language experts and shit like that.
It was like you can kind of see how people feel like it was like fake, but then at the same time, I'm looking at it from like a street persona. Like, you just not gonna let somebody slap you on live TV,
Right.
and then walk off and go sit down. You feel me? But then, but then you also gotta think about it this way. You know what I'm saying? Chris Rock has been making money for decades. You feel me? He ain't gonna fumble the ball to get on the Oscars because of Will Smith. See, Will Smith's got a pretty big name because of his movies or whatever, but Chris Rock got it from the mud. I'm on the Oscars. Yeah, you slap me now, but at the end of the day, bro, you still like a lame because there's a dude out there that smashed your wife. You feel me? She told you he smashed. He made a whole record about it, and you ain't even diss that man. You ain't curse that man out, no nothing. But for a lame joke, you gonna smack me on stage? You look like a goofball in the hood. Like, why you ain't smack August Alsina? You gonna smack me for a joke? I'm a comedian, fam.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
He's a comedian from the United Kingdom, England.
Yeah. He did Office in
he was the original
English
Office
version
guy.
of Office. Yeah.
Exactly. So he came out. I think it was towards the later part of the week, but he said exactly what you just said. Raw is that lame joke sent Will Smith over the edge. He would have done a joke about the boyfriend, and who knows what would have happened.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Listen. I thought. I mean, at the end of the day, like the rest of the world, it was like, oh shit, he just smacked that man on live TV. But when you think about the backdrop of it, like that wasn't that he was laughing at. You could have laughed that off and kept it moving, took him to the side and talked about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now they try and jeopardize his award and this, that, and the third. But actually, man, Will Smith should have played chess, not checkers, with the way he moved. You know what I'm saying? He won't let people know he tired of people playing with him, but that wasn't the way to do it. And Chris Rock did, you know what I'm saying? He did the right thing. He laughed it off. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no need to fumble the ball when we about to make the last play of the Super Bowl. You feel me?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris Rock played it pretty well. If I do say if it's all true, and he played it really well. But yeah, Will Smith should have said something like they had that fucking little interview where he and Jada were talking, and she was saying how she had what'd she call it? Like an encounter? No, an entanglement.
An entanglement, bro. Like you didn't even say nothing to. You ain't say nothing to the man that you know you can confirm smash your wife. Him and Rick Ross got a whole record getting spins with the name that she gave it, entanglements.
Yeah.
But she gonna smack a man on TV for a joke.
Yeah.
And he don't even like,
joke. That's the funny part. He was dying.
The thing about it, you know what I'm saying? I've been looking at that shit for like the past week. So it's like you hear other comedians and everybody, you know what I'm saying, weigh in on it or whatever. The one kid was like, you know what? Will Smith knew who to smack because Chris Rock don't move around like with 100 goons. He don't got security guards like that. He just, you know what I'm saying? He's an OG. He's already been making this money. He's been out here for, you know what I'm saying, for decades making bread, doing, you know what I'm saying, doing shows, dropping comedy. Nobody messing with him. He's Chris Rock. He's funny. He's got the bag. Yeah. But he couldn't run up on Kevin Hart like that. Kevin Hart got the goons with him. He can't run up on Dave Chappelle like that. Dave Chappelle swore he got the goons with him. He couldn't run up on Cat Williams like that. We got the goons with me. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It's just. I believe it's a time and a place for everything. I think it was real. I ain't gonna lie. It was at first, but it's like, all right, man. Now we thinking about that. We look stupid on TV. One of the greatest award shows in the world. And not only that, it's like Will Smith. You thinking Will Smith is clean cut? You feel me? Right. But he's you know what I'm saying? He's still a man too. I can grasp every aspect of the way he was feeling, but I can feel the mistake too.
Right. Yeah, it's like almost like he took out his anger on the wrong person.
Definitely. I believe that.
Yeah, so like, and I saw some other angles of that whole thing too, where you could see Jada in the crowd after Will slapped Chris Rock, and Chris Rock came up with his little quip that he said afterwards, like "That's the greatest night in television" or whatever he said.
Yep.
She was laughing. She was laughing as Will
So-
Smith was walking back, like was looking, and you could see her do this and shake her head and was laughing. And he came and sat back down. It's almost like, like it was just
You
crazy.
can't. I don't know, man. I can't say for first person for Will Smith, but I elaborate on it. It was just like I'd look at it from 3 different perspectives. Like a regular person watching it, a street cat watching it, and then the truth of the reality setting. You feel me?
Mm.
There's something deeper that we don't know about between Will and Jada.
Yeah,
That's
it's not.
to happen.
You're not first person. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So,
There's some insecurities there for sure.
Oh, for sure.
yo, it's a lot more than that because that girl been embarrassing that man for the past few years. So
No,
that's just my take on it.
yeah, it's just crazy. I guess that would qualify as strange news, but not the strangest, because like when that August Alsina news broke, that was pretty fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like the August Alsina is like your kid's age, right? Some shit like that. Like it was just weird all around, and for him to be cool with it, that was weird. Him slapping somebody, all right. He got
I would have smacked August Alsina. I would have threatened him or something.
Yeah.
You gonna smack a comedian? He make jokes. That's what he's supposed to do.
I mean, he slapped him too. It wasn't even like a closed fist punch. It was a fucking open hand slap.
And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like that was a weak slap too. You didn't put no print on that man face. He ain't lost no teeth. He ain't threw no spit out. That was like his form was weird. Like how you stand and I analyze it. It's goofy. Really, it's so crazy. Like the way he hit him was like, come on, man.
And it was like Chris Rock was coming, and he fucking moved his whole head.
If you really had to smack somebody in the street, you gonna smack them. They gonna spit. They gonna lose a tooth or something. You got a weird form. Will Smith hit like a bitch.
From West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's comical. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, the first expectation of watching it was what it was.
Right.
It was funny. Like it was like surprising. Like, oh man, he smacked that man on live TV. But then, the breakdown of it's like, it's a time and a place for everything. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you make yourself, you demean yourself by the type of moves you make.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think it's ironic. They let him stick around. He ended up getting fucking award after that.
Yeah, and then crying. Crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
These cats are talking about taking his award from him and all that now.
Oh,
The
yeah.
authors are like, nah, we're not going to support that. Because people like other comedians and people like, you know what I'm saying? They put, you know what I mean? I think as a African American in America, I think to be on that type of stage to do that was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should have handled it differently, but people make
Like,
mistakes. But
even if you was mad, like you should have did that during the filming. You should have pulled that man to the side and be like, all right, bro, what you said was mad disrespectful. I demand an apology. Or y'all could have got it. Y'all could have got a fight. Y'all could have got it outside.
Right.
Let me see you in the parking lot.
yeah, he could have walked up, whispered in his ear, said something. He could have taken the mic and said something to the crowd. He could have done a lot of things other than smack that guy. You know what I mean?
But everything else remains to be seen. We'll see how that play out, man. There's a lot of different elements coming into that.
Yeah, I expect to hear more about it in the coming weeks or whatever. From
Oh, they gonna juice that. They gonna juice that. They gonna juice that to death.
Yeah.
So it's funny because Chris Rock he did 3 shows this weekend, or the end of this week. I think it was Thursday, Friday night. He had 3 shows here in Boston, and people were shitting on him because he wasn't addressing what happened. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is he's on tour. He's got a set pre-written. He's going out. He's performing his set. He's not going to change his show because something happened 3 nights ago, and talk for an hour and a half about what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think he even said he's still processing what was going on, what happened.
Yeah.
I think what's gonna happen with that, he gonna mess around and do a video special on that where he finally break it down when you put it together. He gonna get money off of it either way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He'll fucking figure out a way to get some money off that.
He going to it. There's no way you go. How can you hop over that hurdle and not get a bag? You feel me?
Yeah.
He's smart. You gotta be smart. Like, you know what I'm saying? These cats they didn't make it to that level of being stupid.
Right.
I mean, and to be a comedian, your material got to be your life. It's got to be something that everybody can relate to. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to see it. I like I said, I'm saying, like, we all understand it's more behind the scenes between Will and Jada, whatever. I think it was the whole move on Will Smith to strike Chris Rock for a lame joke instead of banging snuffing. You ain't nigga. You know the dude smashed your wife. You ain't say nothing to him.
No.
But you gonna smack a comedian for making jokes? Is what he do?
One that he's known for a long time too. He's known Chris Rock for a long time. Probably known Chris Rock longer than August Alsina's been alive.
Right.
Feel me? Like, you should have had more respect for your man. TV. You should have been ready to ride on the dude that smashed your wife.
No, if I'm not mistaken, I remember Chris Rock being on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, dressed up like a woman for a
so for the dance or whatever.
Yeah, that was got to be 30 years ago, right? 25, 30 years ago.
Oh, that's got to be at least 30.
Yeah, at least. So, like, they've known each other for longer than August Alsina's been alive, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. So he's gonna go smack that man, and they got pictures of them. They've at other award shows, like hanging out at other parties and shit. So like they obviously had some sort of relationship, the three of them, and I don't know. It's just fucked up. Like I said, in coming weeks, I'm sure we'll hear something. But let's talk a little bit about your first projects and influences early on, like when you first got into the music shit. What influenced you to get into it? How were your first projects sounding versus what your music is sounding like now? Are they similar? Has it changed? What do you think about that?
Nah, it's been a great progression as far as my sound, man. Like I said, I grew up in the South, man. The blues, gospel music. You know what I'm saying? I listened to all the records my grandmother would play, my grandfather would play, my uncles would play. You feel me? My pops would play. Hip hop came into it. You know what I'm saying? And the more that hip hop changed, the more that I changed. You feel me? Like, my favorite rappers back in the day was like Nas, Method Man, like that, right? Mm-hmm. Then I because I liked the way they sounded, but then I got into my area, you know what I'm saying? Got into the Southern music. You feel me? So I would listen to Outkast and listen to UGK, MJG, 8Ball, you know what I'm saying? These type of things were what I enjoyed to hear, what was in my environment, what I loved to hear, made me want to do it. Right. And when I started doing it, it helped mold my craft. Mm-hmm. So I'm writing rhymes now. I'm listening to beats now. I'm dropping freestyles. I'm recording. Like, I came a long way from the karaoke machine, man. The karaoke machine was where it's at. The 2 tape decks on it, and then The battle was not only doing music, it was a chase to find original production. So I needed a producer. Instrumentals was cool, but we can't make it off of instrumentals. You know what I'm saying? So I met a couple producers here and there. When I came to Maine and landed in Maine, I ended up meeting Genius. You know what I'm saying? Genius Digital Media, man. Shout out to him. Me and him was putting a lot of work. I came to Maine like 2004, and I've been back and forth for like 15, 20 years, something like that. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the first producers that made original production for me. So I would, you know what I'm saying? His take on music was, he was a techno fan.
Yeah. So
a lot of his beats had like a techno feel to it. So I introduced him to like not only hip hop, but Southern hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So our collaborations together was what got my sound, got the way people feel me out here, as far as the whole. You know what I'm saying? And then I met you, yep. I met Ajax. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much that's what's going on with my life right now, as far as, you know what I'm saying, with the production and music right now.
Yeah, hell yeah. How about coming up through school? Were you ever involved in music programs through like public school? I like to ask like all the guests who come on if they were, because I feel like those programs are like invaluable. So,
Yeah,
were you
yeah,
ever
yeah,
involved?
yeah, yeah. I was in chorus in like middle school. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And actually after that, you know what I'm saying? They were trying to take music away from the culture. They didn't want to invest in the band no more. They didn't want to do you know what I'm saying, the chorus no more.
Yep.
They didn't want to do none of that no more. So, but yeah, I was in the chorus in like middle school. You feel me? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Where I learned like keys and notes or whatever. Like I said, when I was young, I grew up in the church. You feel me? I'm Southern. Like that was embedded in my roots. I was on the choir or whatever.
Mhm.
And then as I grew, it wasn't a lot of it wasn't they tried taking all that away. There wasn't a lot of programs for music. They kind of want to take they kind of try to kick music out of the lifestyle. They want you to be more in tune to your literature and your math. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's talk about a little bit of some unexplained phenomenon. So, unexplained phenomenon could be anything from ghosts to aliens or UFOs or USOs. I don't know what the fuck they call them now.
UAPs.
UAPs. Okay, yeah. To the Bermuda Triangle,
Yeah,
to
they got
fucking zombies, Bigfoot, werewolves, anything that be like paranormal or any kind of unexplained phenomenon that would most interest you. You know what I mean? Like, what would be your favorite if you had to pick one to be your favorite to talk about?
I don't know, man. I kind of I like reality. So if I can see an alien or you know what I'm saying, find out why they're here, that'd be cool.
Uh
But
huh.
honestly, ghosts 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 kind of intrigue me too.
Yeah.
They wanna if they hear or they try to reach out to you, they trying to tell you something. You feel me? But I'm not real
Do you
talking.
do you have any personal experiences? Like, have you ever seen anything weird, like from like with your own eyes, not just like a story being told or something like that?
You know, my father passed away when I was young. Actually, he was murdered.
Hmm.
I remember when I was like 21 years old. And every night I would go to sleep, and you know what I'm saying, I would wake up and the TV would be on. I turn the TV off. I know the TV is off, but I come walk across the living room, or I pass under the couch and the TV's on. So what I mean, at that time it's kind of like maybe pops just turn on TV like, yeah, I'm here, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That was probably like the closest thing that something like that ever happened. Something I could think about really.
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about this obviously on pretty much every episode with people just to get where they're coming from. And for me personally, I have one experience I talk about whenever we usually talk about this. I'm not going to get into it, but an experience where it's really too much coincidence to kind of say, like, it's very, very strange, but it's not even enough to make me fully 100% believe it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the type like you. I'm based in reality too. I got to see some sort of evidence for me to really believe it. Like, I'll see some really fucking weird shit. Like, I've been out driving before, and I think in my fucking head, like, yo, I ain't seen so and so in forever. And next thing you know, I see him at the next red light. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of shit is hard for me to fucking
Mm,
explain. Like, but it happens. And I feel like, yeah, I want to believe, and I'm not saying I don't or would never, but I just gotta have some more evidence, and that goes for a lot of shit, like Bigfoot and like, I mean, yeah, it could exist, and maybe it's
you
something to
got
do with
one of them. You got
shit.
like you got like a cool third eye euphoric thing. You see it before it happens, type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that happens to me a lot. The deja vu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I take it like this. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get a deja vu episode, I'm right where God wants me to be. You feel me?
Yeah.
Sometimes they get kind of scary, but you know what I'm saying. I'm here for a reason. You feel me?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's
um,
just that's just my take on it.
No doubt.
yeah. So like those deja vu things too is crazy to think of. Sometimes I get those too, and it's like it reminds me almost as if like we've talked about before the multiple dimension type thing, where like maybe the same time is going on, like
Like it
things are
syncs with
interweaving.
other dimensions.
yeah, and we're like interweaving between the two, and we're seeing something at another dimension. I don't know, just some fucking weird shit to make your brain think differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because like it's kind of like they've been just proving more weirder and weirder shit that you wouldn't think would be, you know, something that we come across through science anyway in our lifetime, and they're doing it all the time. Like, I think there's a article I read this week said physicists say that the universe wraps around itself like a giant donut. So like, if you're thinking of our universe, right, there's a center with like a whole area in it, yeah, and it wraps around like a donut, you know what I mean? And it wraps around like this, and there's a big hole in the middle, and it loops around, and so that's why they think that some civilizations may have been able to, you know, circumvent the travel times and shit like that through space by going straight from one point to another point. It's looped around. But if you were to follow a natural curve, it would take you forever to get there. But if you know, I did just do this article is crazy. I think it was on futurism.com. I'm on there all the fucking time, but if everybody wants to look it up, I don't want to get into like looking it up right now, but it just said that physicists say the universe wraps around itself like a giant donut, and they could say now we know the size of the universe. Basically, Taurus Chorus is what they were saying. But yeah, that to me was something pretty crazy. That and information could be the fifth state of matter, proving that we live in a simulation. That was another article on Popular Mechanics that I read that was published on March 30th, I think. So like, that's another great one. I think you got to be a member subscribed. Like, I'm subscribed to Popular Mechanics, but to read that, but that you know, fucking would be crazy if information is the fifth state of matter, because there's so much information as it is right now, just out and about, floating through the internet, wherever it's out on the cloud servers, everything. Just imagine in like 100 years, if we make it that far, how much information is going to be out there. And if it is the fifth state of matter, then that would automatically, basically, scientists saying that proves that we living in a simulation, which would just, we've talked about that plenty of fucking times, actually. And another article on futurism that said scientists are saying that there may be humans all over the universe, because according to University of Cambridge Astrobiology Center, the scenario is very likely that if there are other beings out there, organisms similar to us, or if evolution were to converge, you know, which the magazine used examples of flight, which basically says that independently on Earth, at least 4 different times in birds, bats, insects, and what is it, petrosaurs, you know, they've evolved to fly from not flying. So they use that logical standpoint or whatever to come up with the idea that if there is other beings, they would all be very similar to like human and be humanoid, and eventually, you know, could evolve to be very similar and maybe even indistinguishable. So like, you could have someone, a humanoid coming from a whole nother galaxy far away and arriving here and be almost indistinguishable from people that are here on Earth. And just by chance, by the way that evolution works, and planets that are just like ours, I guess that's how it could be, which is fucking crazy when you start thinking about, you know, you could have like
I said before, man, it's probably likely you'll encounter alien for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might be out like this as much as this as fast as germs and viruses are created.
Yep.
You gotta think about, you know what I'm saying, the different levels of humans, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They're different races and colors and shades, so the way bacteria and all this stuff change, you know what I'm saying, you might necessarily run to like the new alien might be the new human. We on the low, we don't even know what's going on, you feel me?
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's another article too. Physics suggested our dreams could be glimpses into alternate dimensions. So most theories on how there are many different worlds, universes, dimensions, or whatever you like to call them, each one is the same as our own, but also different in some way. For instance, in another world, you might be living the same life as you are now, but perhaps politics had gone in a different direction. Right? Think of, if you ever seen Back to the Future, what was it, the second one? What was the second one? Where Biff became like the president or some shit.
Yeah, second one.
Yeah.
Right, second one. So like that's like one of those things with like alternate, like I'm thinking when I think of alternate dimensions. Okay, and this is pretty much explaining it pretty good. But maybe all the presidents that were elected in the U.S. are opposite of how they are in our world. Everything's the same except you have different colored hair, right? That's how it could be.
But wouldn't that be simulation theory?
I mean,
Because all of these, simulated realities are happening concurrently.
exactly. So that's where I just don't think science is kind of caught up to these ideas and thought to blend them together yet. But I think maybe they could get there, because when you think about all this theory right here, how this could fit into the dimension thing, could fit into simulation, because maybe it's just another iteration of the game. All right, shut the game down. You know what I mean? Turn the game back on. You've got another fucking dimension created, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So simulation could fit into the dimension thing, but I don't know if they've found a way to really solidly intertwine that. But I think maybe it definitely could be. But throughout the years, many physicists and researchers in general have been trying to prove the existence of this kind of thing. It's proven to be quite the task. But there's a video on there on YouTube. I'm not going to really get into it, but if you, I'll post a link to this in the comments and stuff like that if you want to go check out this article and watch this video. Many worlds of the quantum multiverse, and if they're thinking that when you're dreaming you could be catching a glimpse into your world as well, meaning what's currently going on or what's going on in these other dimensions you actually are picking up in your dreams. And sometimes I don't dream a lot because I smoke a lot of weed, and I guess when you smoke weed a lot you tend not to dream. Because I don't know if you don't hit REM sleep like you normally would without weed, apparently. So I don't have a lot of dreams. I can't remember the last time maybe I have dreams that I don't remember them. I don't know, but
great.
So for me, I know that I used to have had some crazy dreams back in the day, but it is what it is. I think that's a cool idea, but if I dreamt more, it would be cool to me. Because maybe I stopped smoking weed just so I could dream.
No, don't do that.
Nah, I'm good. But yeah.
I think what's a more likely situation is you can just keep a notebook by your bed and write shit down if you remember it when you wake up in the middle of the night. Just a quick note, like, holy shit, there was some weird shit going on, like this happened. And
dreams are cool. I haven't had one in a long time, so I know that it's been a while, but it would be cool if that was a little bit of truth to that article or whatever. But yeah, I'll post the link in the comments. Actually, I'll post it right now in case anybody wants to check it out. Also, let's see, what are we talking about right now? I'm fucking lost right now. Oh yeah, unexplained phenomenon. No personal experience except for what you just mentioned about when your father had passed away and you had that TV thing. But that was it for you, pretty much, for personal experiences when it comes to
I done seen some crazy shit, but that's like the most unexplainable thing that happened. Like, you know what I mean?
No doubt. Shit. Well, we got top five dead or alive. This is the segment of the show where we just ask the guests to pick anything. Top five. It could be fucking top five artists, albums, songs, movies, food. It doesn't even matter what it is. Whatever you feel like putting together a quick top five of. Doesn't even have to be music related.
Nah, see, as an artist, man, that's a debate that's always going to keep changing. You can have your top five rappers, right? But your top five rappers don't have nothing to do with your top five songs. You feel me?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep. And your top five can change, like from day to day or week to week. Like maybe last month your top five was this, and then you're fucking this month.
So like that can change depending on the song, the verse. You know what I'm saying? The track list, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But, you know what I mean? My top five dead or alive as far as artists. Nas, Method Man, Andre 3000, Lil Wayne, Gucci Mane. I'm a Southern rapper. Those are the type of rappers that guide my thought process, their lyricism, their swag, whatever. Now, my top five songs, that's a whole different conversation. My number one rap record of all time don't have nothing to do with none of them, or even like, you know what I'm saying, any of their track lists. My number one record is Ice Cube, Today Was a Good Day. I love that fucking song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It don't have nothing to do with none of my top 5 lyricism or nothing. It was just his charisma in that. You know what I'm saying? The level he brought as a lifestyle. Like it could have been so bad today, but today was a good day. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I had got 4 more records, I mean, they changed. They introduced new artists, Future and Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Young Thug. Like these cats are not. These are not artists that I play all the time. They just like, they just happen to have a record I got fuck with. But my top 5 dead or alive rappers they're based on their track lists and their lyricism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I study, that's what I fuck with. But like my top 5 songs is just about the energy, man. Word.
Hell yeah. Yeah, like I said, it can change all the time, but usually it stays around the same artists and shit like that. Like for me, the top artists usually for me would be like Nas and Jay-Z and Eminem. I mean, right now I'd want to even say the Fugees if I put them as a group because
They dope. As far as like if you're saying groups, like what show Fugees is a phenomenal group, yo.
yeah, exactly. And like I wish that we would have had more music from them, but since we didn't, we only have that one fucking album. It's like
The score was incredible.
It was just like amazing for its time and what they were doing and the way they did it too. Like, and I love everything about it from the accents to the fucking to the beats. I mean, everything was great. You
The
can't really.
score was incredible. I got a copy of the score in my car right now. You feel me? I play that every now and then. Incredible.
Hell yeah. And I have to go with with like Dr. Dre. Even though a lot of his shit is written by the people and he's got a lot of help, but you can't really, take away from what he's done for hip hop and everything. He's done a lot as far as that's concerned, from production to MC and to putting people on.
I would like to see Dr. Dre produce for a Southern artist. And forgive me for being favoritism for Southern artists because I'm a Southern rapper myself. But I would like to see some out of pocket shit like that. He produced for a lot of West Coast cats. Got a couple New York cats he fuck with. But I would like to see him produce for a Southern rapper.
Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, I mean that's kind of my top 5 right now for artists. If I had to throw something out there.
What's your top 5 songs?
Songs, I mean that would be a fucking even harder one, but
what's your number 1 song?
My number 1 song, if I had to pick one today, would probably be "Take It in Blood" by Nas.
Classic.
But another one I like a lot is "Renegade" with Jay-Z and Eminem. I think that's a great fucking song. And I mean, another song I think is awesome for a completely different reason is "Purple Pills" by D12. Remember that?
Oh shit!
For some reason, I
listen.
listen. But
it's a vibe behind that one. That one can ride. You know what I'm saying? We outside bugging out. That can ride.
And it was just no one had done shit like that before, and it just stood out to me. And I really like the fucking beat. And if I caught the instrumental, like someone remade the instrumental for that, and I just would be on loop listening to it because I liked it so much. It was just so quirky. And then bizarre is bizarre, so I kind of take that with a grain of salt. It's almost like ODB in a way, you know what I'm saying? But
he done came up here a couple of times. He done came to me a couple of times.
Oh yeah. I know people who paid for verses for like fucking $200-$300 from Bizarre, bro, and got verses from him and shit like that. And so he does what he does, but even with him on the track, it's still funny. It's still a great song. So that's definitely got to be on the top. Probably have to have like I'll probably have to have like a Tupac song in there. I'm trying to think which one I would probably put in my top 5 right now. Probably All Eyes on Me. I just love that one. I probably could listen to that one on repeat. What else? Something off AT Aliens, probably.
Two Dope Boys.
Dope Boys Cadillac.
Dude.
That's probably another one on my top. I could listen to that one on fucking repeat. And then obscure, but on on Mace's Harlem World record. I think the song's called "Do You Want to Get Money." I think it's a second song on the album. "Do You Want to Get Money with Me?"
I'm gonna have to research that. I like Mace too. I fuck with the old
good.
Mace too.
It's a good
I
vibe.
like
That
research
fucking
that.
track. And that beat is dope. And yeah, that's "Do You Want to Get Money with Me?" But another one off that record too. It's kind of high on my list is "Looking at Me" too. Why you over there looking at me?
At me, while
Yeah.
he's standing in there,
Yeah. But that whole fucking album's actually pretty good. If I had to pick one of my, it's definitely right now in my top 5. Just because like, and the other song too. Do you really want to hurt Mace? That fucking beat, like the guitar in there, bam, pick it, the bam, like that fucking sample in there is something else. And they got the lady singing in the background. It just all comes together. So I don't know. That's a pretty tough one.
It's really different levels to the shit.
Yeah, that's a great fucking
It's
album.
it's really different levels to the shit. Like we can talk about albums we play from start to finish. We can talk about top 5 rappers. We can talk about top 5 songs, and those are different categories. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying. We can talk about the best 5 verses or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can talk about lyricists and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Jada Kiss and Fabulous. You know what I'm saying? I love hip hop, man.
Mm-hmm.
Artistry. I like graffiti. I like breakdancing. You feel me?
Yeah. Sticking
I
it
like
to
production. I like lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
sticking it to just the top 5 is hard because like really you could probably make a good solid top 25 on everything and still leave a bunch of
Depends on where you're looking at it from.
yeah. But yeah, so moving along. What do you like to do besides music? Like when you're not doing anything that's music related, like what do you do? Do you some people like work out, some people fucking go to the library, some people like paint, you know what I mean? What are you doing in your off time that's not music related?
I like movies, man. I like movies and women, man. I'm not even hold you. I love me some movies and I you know what I'm saying, I love women, man. That's pretty much I do.
So what's your favorite movie then?
300.
300?
The Last Dragon.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 top movies. I can watch the movies every day, all the time.
Yeah.
300 and The Last Dragon.
Okay.
No doubt.
Right.
What you know about The Last Dragon?
I don't know much about it. Well, I'm like a comedy, horror fucking comedy guy. Like my favorite kind of movies be like Nightmare on Elm Street, fucking Scream series, fucking.
I didn't like the remake to the new Nightmare on Elm Street. The dude was bogus.
Trash.
That was trash.
The remake was trash for sure. Yeah. That's why I did 1 and was done. Fucking trash. The new Scream was all right. Scream 5, I went and watched in the theater. I thought it was okay. But I like them old school comedies too. Like Friday. I can watch fucking Friday.
Oh yeah, Friday's dope. Matter of fact, speaking of Chris Rock, when last time you watched CB4?
Oh, it's been a while.
That shit is crazy still.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that one. Yeah.
Word, I'm a movie buff, man. But those are my 2 favorite movies.
Yeah,
I watch all type of movies, man.
I want to get more into shooting movies. You know what I mean? Like making short films and making movies and shit like that. That's really what I want to.
You gotta get you some actors and the right camera moves, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think all I need is some fucking actors that put the shit together. I got some ideas. I got some scripts and all that shit. I'm just trying to find people who want to spend a little time getting it done. We'll get it done this summer once the weather is nice.
Hey, shit, I'm down to act. I wanna, you know what I'm saying? Try my feet in different horizons. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
I'm down to act.
All right, so what do we got? Look, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, we got Libs and Lucifer going off in the comments over here.
Libsy's got Pulp Fiction, Scarface, Clockwork Orange. I like crazy shit. Lucifer, I fuck with Bruce Lee.
Fuck, yo, Rick, straight up. Enter the Dragon was my shit.
Word. A good one too, yeah.
And I love Scarface.
Scarface is, oh yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while, but definitely when I first discovered Scarface, I was probably in high school, you know what I mean? Like 16, 17. I watched it fucking back to back to back. I was like, no wonder so many people talk about this movie and reference this
Yo,
movie. You know what I mean?
and I
It's a
fucked
great movie.
with Quentin Tarantino shits. Pulp Fiction was crazy.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction was crazy.
From Dusk Till Dawn. That was another good one.
Motherfucking Kill Bill was crazy.
Yep.
What are y'all talking about? I watch, like, that's what I do outside of music, man. I be dealing with movies, man. Movies and females, man.
Hell yeah. Good to get out of the fucking studio and out of the music mindset sometimes and kind of get a reset. And
after you work all day, get you a nice shower, something to eat, you find me a nice movie. You feel me?
Hell yeah. Word. So, all right. Now let's try doing the smoke break since we got Lucifer and Libsy in here right now. We might as well roll with the smoke break. Presented by Fire on 4 down there at 367 4th Street in Portland's Old Port. They are recreational marijuana and cannabis products now. So all you need is your ID to go in there. And they just made an announcement that they've got a partnership with a local company that's going to be giving them some stuff so they can do some lower prices for people at the recreational level, more in line with what people are paying for medical. So get in there and check out what they got. And in the meantime, let's check out some music from our guest tonight. You know, I got some videos. Let me see if I got the Dirty Boy Raw Squad Life official video, and I got that one that was you and Ajax. Wish a motherfucker would, right? I got that pulled up.
Jax produced it. I actually shot that video in South Carolina, but he produced it, man.
Yeah.
He did a fire job, so yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna share this if it will work. I'm trying to share it over right now. Oh, here we go. I'll play that Wish a Motherfucker Would video first, and then we'll go ahead and play that Squad Life video too, and then we'll discuss it a little bit. And while the videos are playing, while this first one, actually, what I'll do is I'll play the first one, and then Justin, I got the link for you right here in the private chat for the second one.
Yep. After
this, because I'm gonna pop outside and smoke my weed and come back.
Yeah, I think it's break time, fellas.
Hell yeah! So you got a phone, you can take your shit right with you. I'm on the computer, so I got to run outside. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this full screen. We're gonna play this song, "Dirty Boy Raw" featuring Ajax. I wish a motherfucker would. Like you said, shot this down in South Carolina. It's a dope little visual either way. And yeah,
shout out to my man Big Wiz. BWE was the cameraman. Let's go. Yeah.
Microphone checker, never would I be seen with you, nigga. I ain't Jamaican band rap smack DVD, nigga. I'm the ghetto's first Hitler, Karate Kid mister, the nigga throwing grenades in that Major Payne picture.
Hey yo, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all niggas ain't getting no money.
What's up with
fuck y'all
right
Rex Squad niggas. Fuck y'all Tombstone niggas. Fuck y'all Footwork niggas. Yo, who the fuck is Genius anyway? Y'all niggas ain't in the street. Y'all niggas ain't getting no bread. Y'all niggas ain't really about that life, my nigga. I'm holding out. I got the money. I hold the heart down, nigga. Fuck y'all niggas. What's up? Niggas chill. Hey yo. It's after 9. Squad Light. Ajax.
My mama told me that it'll be days like this, and I wish that a motherfucker would. Man, I wish a nigga would. Woo. My mama told me that it'll be nights like this, and I wish that a motherfucker would. Man, I wish a nigga would.
Out of these streets ain't never been the game. That's why I be locking, loading on my clips. All of these labels talking, moving drugs, but none of them ever really on the strip. None of them ever really on the strip. None of them ever really on the strip. Me and mine gotta go and get it fucked, dreaming we gotta go live rich. Money your mind, I'm sick of the struggle. I'm brag of the jungle, I know about these woods. And y'all just be fucking off with the dumb bras, with the homegrown in your woods. Find me strapped off off in the hood. Called it 83 Air Forces. Yeah, that pretty boy been gorgeous. In this squad life so awesome. List that work on the track. If I'm not thumbing too bad, got your bitch head on my lap. Grew up numb to the cat. Ask them street niggas this fact. Like that duck taking his rap. This shit moving like that back. All they wrecking off in the game. And yet it's Ajax on the track.
My mama told me that it'll be days like this. And I wish that a motherfucker would. Man, I wish a nigga would. Woo. My mama told me that it'll be nights like this. And I wish that a motherfucker would. Man, I wish a nigga would.
All right, let's get.
Damn.
All right, there it is.
Like I never left. Life that we live. Picture me rolling through the city, chrome shoes on the Benz. On a mission for this paper, nigga with no end. Wasting this liquor on my daughter, balling out with my friends, trying to get it inside the life that we live. Squad life, born out the gutter. My first lesson in life is thug. Cause most of talk behind your back, but then your face is love. They love to kick you when you down and hate you come up. When I came up, I talked they favorite Mr. Cum Suck. It's Rec Squad, dirty roster rapping untouched. And while we on it, it's still rude boy forever, boy. Go tell them people, they gon' let my cousin free or what? If you ain't rapping with the squadron, then you fucking up. I hate a hater, but hating them, I'm hating too. Forget about it, keep steady grind, that was the move. I'm stunting on them, and they ain't got the slightest clue on how to make it through the struggle with a W. I ain't gon' lie, I had to take a lot of L's. I lost some people, and took a couple trips to jail. Dear God, I love you, cause you ain't left me stranded there. You made me strong, and now it's on a nigga out Picture me rolling through the city, chrome shoes on the Benz. On a mission for this paper, nigga with no ends. Pouring this liquor on my Jordans, reminiscing my friends. We still miss all inside the life that we live. Picture me rolling through the city, chrome shoes on the Benz. On a mission for this paper, nigga with no end. Wasting this liquor on my Jordans, balling out with my friends, trying to get it inside the life that we live. Squad life, go chase a check, never chase a bitch. Cause you lose paper chasing women, get your chips. Cause if she real, she gon' be real, won't have to fix her. Did you a favor if she slide with other niggas. If you ain't faithful, just don't lie to me or play a prayer. If we just fucking, you don't love me, then why should I care? Sure, we can kick it, just come see me for what's your life. But she invested, we progressing, she became a wife. As sick as me, this woman's not the wifey type. Get you some liquor, pills, and weed, you good for a night. Forget about it, I don't care who's wrong or right. Shorty just gotta hold it down inside the squad. Like rolling through the city, chrome shoes on the Benz. On a mission for this paper, nigga with no ends. Pouring this liquor on my Jordans, reminiscing my friends. We still miss all inside the life that we live. Picture me rolling through the city, chrome shoes on the Benz. On a mission for this paper, nigga with no end. Wasting this liquor on my Jordans, balling out with my friends, trying to get it inside the life that we live. Squad life, rest in peace. My grandfather, Sankey Farmer. Rest in peace, my nigga Frank. Rest in peace, my nigga Rude Boy. Squad life.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
That shit looking like a movie.
So I've got my essay written, and I've been.
Back like we never left.
Fucking.
Shout out to Zachary Greeton who shot the Squad Life video.
Yes.
Yeah, so
hell yeah, shit looking like a movie.
Big up, Big Wiz and Zachary Greeting. You know, appreciate y'all for always showing love.
There you got some subscribers, new subscribers on the YouTube. Fuck yeah, go check out the YouTube. Check out Dirty Boy Rod YouTube. Link is in the comments right here. Go click on it and go subscribe if you're in here. Check that shit out. And you can see Lucifer is a fan. Always return love and comments on all the videos and shit that you put out. So it's a good person to have on your side when it comes to pushing your content and getting interactions. So shout out to Lucifer for that. And yeah, so smoke break's over. It was a quick one. I literally think I burnt the fuck out of my throat outside trying to fucking get the smoke in so quick. I could see the show on the TV in the living room. I could see where the music video was at, and I knew it was on a little bit of a delay. And I'm like out there like, I'm running in, and yeah, but it played good. I was, good transition there. You kept it moving, whatever. I got here in time to shut my shit off, and it was good. All right, so let's talk just a little bit about new rap versus old rap. We can compare artist versus artist, but that's just like whatever. Like we already know what the artists are good, and it's like that with every era. It doesn't necessarily have to be. You can look back to the 90s and know there was some fucking great artists. There was some not so great artists. You look at the 2000s, it was the same. 2010s, it was the same. So not going to really pick bones and go about artists and artists. What I like to know is, my main thing is doing live shows. Are we rapping over our vocals or no?
Hell no. I never do a show where I rap over my lyrics. I always say the only thing that's on my records when I perform live is my hooks.
Right.
I have always done it that way.
Right.
There's no need to rap over the record. They came to see a live show, so you should give them a live show. I think the only reason I do the hooks is because you lose your breath. You know what I'm saying? You drop a quick 16 bars and you gotta do the hook, gotta bring it. Nah, fuck that. Only thing I'm rapping over on my shows is the hook. Everything else is me performing lyrics live, straight up.
Right. Yeah. Totally fucking agree with that. And we've had people on here plenty of times, and with the hook thing, yeah, I mean, it's understandable. The hook you're gonna have to have on there. For sometimes in the hook you got just certain little effects and shit you can't really replicate, and that's understandable. But yeah, people want to come see a live show. They want to see something that's not exactly like what they've been hearing on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. They want to see something unique, and if you're rapping over your vocals, a lot of times it can be overpowering, and just make the performance not as great. And one thing I'd like to advocate for that you don't see a lot of these days is having like a hype man or someone up there to back you up.
Nah, I think the hype man shit is real rare now. If you got a hype man, big ups to you because they really fuck with your shit enough to be able to go up there and work what you wanted. But nah, the hype man thing is kind of a fading thing now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like you used to see that a lot, and now you don't see it as often. But I think it's an important part. I think it adds a lot to a show if you can. And I know you. Not everybody can always get someone.
They gotta rock with you tighter than your roommate. You feel me?
Right.
You're gonna have a hype man.
They really got to know your fucking shit for sure. So that's the thing. You can't just have a random up there, like someone just pop up from the crowd and just start moving around. They really got to be into your shit and really be into your music. So that's a hard part about that. But I think it is a pretty cool aspect of doing performance because you're able to interact with a little bit more of the crowd sometimes. Maybe when you're rapping or something, you can't always focus on everybody who's there, and the hype man comes around and hits everybody else. You know what I mean? You just feed off each other too. Allows you to catch your breath in a more natural way where you don't really feel like you need to rap over vocals too. But if you're able to do it without a hype man, still keep the crowd hyped, then hey man, more power to you. I just think that we mentioned like pillars of hip hop, like DJing and MCing and graffiti and everything. I think that a hype man or something is almost like a pillar of hip hop in a way, where like it's something that shouldn't be overlooked, but is kind of in a way kind of being
It's
overlooked.
kind of dying out. The most famous hype man out right now is Flavor Flav.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, we talked about hype man before, like Busta Rhymes got a dope hype man.
Slip Star, word.
Star, right? He's like he's there's all his shows with him and shit like that.
I'm saying you gotta rock with your man. Like you gotta rock with your man to be a hype man. Like
many
yo, like you gotta rock with him like a roommate you mess with. Like you gotta be like, we so close, man. I don't seen you cheat on your girlfriend, or I done been drunk and walked in on you in the bathroom type of shit. You feel me? You gotta know my shit like I know my shit, and you gotta work with it hard, and you gotta love it. Mm-hmm. But that you know what I'm saying? Cast on. I think it's a what's the word? It's an arrogance to it now. Nobody wanna feel like they can follow somebody like that now. Mm-hmm. So that's possibly why that's dying out.
Yeah, nobody wants to be the shadow.
Yeah.
Word.
Nobody wants that shit. Word. So yeah,
I would like to see it come back. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they really got to be on your team. They really got to be involved with you that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't mind it. I'm not gonna say everybody has to have a hype man to make it a valid show. I'm just saying if you're able to get one and it works for you, then that's cool. It's like showing up, you know, like to work and then being like, yo, you don't have to be here today and I'm still gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, you show up to the show, this motherfucker got a dope hype man too? Like shit. All right, so now you got more going on. For me, my ADHD kicks in. It's like I gotta watch both these motherfuckers now. You know what I mean? More shit going on stage, the more I like it. Go see fucking Wu-Tang in concerts. No, yes, fucking. You know what I mean? Because I'm like into that. Like I'm trying to see what's happening everywhere. Sometimes my first concert was a Killer Priest concert. Yeah.
Dope. Epic.
Killer Priest.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I know Killer Priest. I'm just saying Killer Priest show was where? Down at the Billiards in Portland?
It was at the station, actually.
Yeah, the station, right? The station is down by Margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was there. I was there.
Yeah, I was there. I met Killer Priest over at the Margaritas prior to the show with Chip, Sullivan, and I don't know, a bunch of us was over there, but then he came over to the show.
You took Killer Priest back to
the 3D
studio.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
We got pictures of that night and shit somewhere out on the internet.
Yeah. I think it was back. It was a minute. It wasn't like MySpace or some shit. Yeah, that was my first concert, no cap.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, I was there. I did the sound and the lights with Chip that night. And then we had that after party. Killer Priest came back to the studio on Ward Ave. And
I performed.
Yeah.
I performed and shout out to the Cruz brothers. They was like, yo, Dirty, you should link with, know what I mean? And then you know what I'm saying? That was that inner circle. Like it was that tight. It was beautiful. It was dope. Word. Yeah. I can't take nothing from that. And the pictures is out there somewhere. You gotta find out if MySpace still functioning. Go look up the joints.
MySpace is fucking weird these days. I guess you know it's like there, but it's not. All right. So, how about what is favorite songs or project that you ever released? Like so far, like if you had cross paths with like a CEO of some record label, right? And they were like, yo, I'll give you $1 million record deal right now. You play me a song that blows me away. It's like, and I'll fucking sign you right now. What would that song be, do you think?
Out of my records, my repertoire.
Yeah.
It's the song that pretty much got me on and me. Mm-hmm. It's a record out called It Is What It Is. Actually it was the record that like the first record me and Genius worked on. It was a record that got me on my first show with Tommy Guns, and it pretty much got me exposed out here, man.
Mm-hmm. Is that you got links to that? Is that up somewhere?
The remix is out on YouTube. Genius Digital Media. It Is What It Is. The remix is out on YouTube because my homeboy that passed away, Hot Nick, is on the record. So we re-released it. But the original record got me and my man Jay Sickness on it. And that record was it was a record that it was just me representing the South and being in a new situation. Because when I first came to Maine, it was what, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, fam.
Right.
So I messed around, incorporated hip hop and country music and rock and roll into the record, and a lot of people showed it love, and that's one of them. That's one of them.
Yeah.
I think the second record would be the second record out of my whole repertoire. I Just Wanna Ball, Street Life. That would be the one, because I would perform that song and people would go nuts. So those two records, either or, depending on what you're looking for, those are two flavors. Be like, yeah, bam, $1 million will sign you right now. It is what it is. It is what it is was the one that set the tone for me, really. Straight up. It's an old record, man, but it was for people out here. It was a brand new energy from a different artist that people could relate to. And shout out to everybody that played that record, everybody that followed that record, everybody that bought Chapter 1, my first CD. You feel me? Big salute for that.
Hell yeah. All right, so so what do you got that's new that's coming out? We got stuff that you're about to release, or have you released it yet? Let's tell people about what you got coming out.
All right, man. The new album's coming out. What you happen to produce a record for me on. The new project is called I Told You. And normally I'm a out the trunk type of artist. I put it to the streets before I put it online. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then we'll drop something on YouTube or SoundCloud or whatever the case may be. But this is going to be like the first full record I streamed. My last project, The Cost of Fame, is on .pip.com. If you want to look it up, spell cost with COS $ of fame. But now we're working on I Told You, executively produced by my man Ajax. We got production by Genius. You got production by Obese the Prophet. You feel me? I don't really know what the track list consists of yet. I was thinking about 2021 records. I got a couple of skits. I got a lot of new blood. I'm trying to change the game with it. I want this to be like a transformer. Like every day, every time you get in that and you play that, you want to have another favorite song every other day. So that's coming out real soon. Like I got one more session. Matter of fact, shout out to my man Winchell Productions. You know what I'm saying? He do great. Yeah. He does an awesome job of engineering and understand what the artist wants. Been rocking Winchell since like 2013. He's a good dude. But yeah, that's coming out. That's coming out real soon. And it's gonna be streaming on all platforms, man. Just keep your ear out. Keep your ear open, man. We ready.
Hell yeah. So that Street Life video that you got, that's something I want to play before we get out of here tonight too, because did Den make that beat? Genius make that beat?
Yeah, he did. He definitely made that beat.
All right, so I want to play that before we get out of here too, because I want to put that on. I remember that song. Actually, I remember that beat before it was a song too. He had showed that to me. But yeah, I want to play that before we go. Basically, we're pretty much done with this. So if you want to wrap up and just like give any final shout outs to anybody out there before we get out of here, I'm going to play this song, this video or whatever. And we're going to kind of say bye during this video playing out. And then me and my cousin are going to pick it up and we're going to be all done with you. So final shout outs. If you want to, let anybody know, this would be the great time to do that.
Yo, I want first and foremost thank y'all for allowing me to be a part of y'all platform. Salute Obese for producing that Love and Paper record that's coming out. Yes. I appreciate the verse too, my dog. Big shout out to Big Wiz, BWE. Shout out to my man Ajax who produced the record, man. Everybody in South Carolina, everybody in Maine that's been rocking with me, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with the boys, showing love. Hey man, shout out to the Rec Squad, Jay Bluss. Shout out to Roddy Rye, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my engineer Winchell, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We still on the grind. We still coming up. And if you rocking with me, continue to rock with me, man. We on our way. Squad life.
All right, so I'm gonna share this over. I think I did right here. All right, and yeah, this is Street Life official video by Dirty Boy Raw, and that's it for the guest this week. Right now, we're gonna play this video, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what we got going on next week and wrap up. All right. So,
all right, y'all, hold it down. I'm gonna spread this link around.
All right, bro.
I get with you.
All right.
All right, one.
Peace.
Yo, free Lil Fox, True boy forever, man. Shit is digital media, man. Pearl City, man. UT steady grinding. Dirty boy Royal B. Shout out to my niggas, that's my niggas, but not my niggas. Watch me make moves, cause I got real. Street like that too. They won't set up. Watch me go in. They won't set up. So I'm going in. I just wanna ball. Watch me make moves, because I got real. Street like that too. They just won't set up. 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 And I just wanna ball. How you doing, hater? I don't miss you. Matter of fact, in the club, the girl was trying to kiss me. Your bread is not right. Your head put in that circle. Do that project guy stupid. I'm God. My niggas, we both hard. I'm in the game and I'm stuck. I told y'all I'm a star. I rep that everywhere. And it's rude boy forever. And I ain't got no fear. Not at all. I'm second chips. And we running shit. Watch me make moves. Cause I got real. Street like that too. They won't set up. Watch me go in. They won't set up. So I'm going in. I just wanna ball. Watch me make moves. Because I got real. Street like that too. They won't set up. They won't set up. They won't set up. They won't set up. It's not fire, damn mine. My swag is from 100, multiply 10 times. I'm a bottom boy, but standing at the top. I'm all about the guap. Nigga, I'm so hot. I fire flame and burn these things up out the area. Niggas, I'm tearing up, homie, race what we throwing up. Watch me they move, cause I got real. Street like that too. They won't set up. Watch me go in. They won't set up. So I'm going in. I just wanna ball. Watch me make moves. It's cause I got real. Street like that too. They just won't set up. 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 And I just wanna ball. Let them go. Cause I'm making moves. I'm making moves. Digital media, we out here, boy. Fresh squad, this untouched with that bad bro. That bad bro, nigga. I'm going like a bro, nigga, when I'm in the car. Flexin', so squad. Money fly, nigga. Watch me make moves. Cause I got real. Street like that too. They won't set up. Watch me go in. They won't set up. So I'm going in. I just wanna ball. Watch me make moves. Cause I got real. Street like that too. They just won't set up. 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 And I just wanna ball. They just won't set up. 'Cause I'm making moves.
So that was the the dude Dennis. You remember Dennis from back in the day?
I remember Dennis. Yep.
Dennis. Oh, Dennis. He made that beat, and then it's genius. That's who he was talking about. Make the trancey like techno type shit. You can kind of hear with that beat. But yeah, that's Dirty Boy Raw. Wait till you hear the shit that I'm on that I got. That's on that. It's,
Yeah, I can't wait.
Shit's just fire. And And yeah, so Ajax is involved with that project, so that's why they kind of reached out to me about that. So I've known him since his first show that
Yeah, right.
he did, and we never really
Long time.
so now we finally worked together. Like, been there for a bunch of shows. He was always like, for a while, he would always be opening for Guns every time a Guns had a show. So
Yeah,
one of those guys that did that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's episode. I got just no real new announcements except for the album that dropped on Friday. That is actually if you're into watching shit on YouTube instead of like Spotify or something like that, you can go over to my YouTube, and there's a actually I'll just share it right now real quick.
just the album stream.
Yeah, there's like a playlist on my thing. It's just all the songs that's on the album. Boom.
Yeah.
You can see right here, Dear Ago. And if you go on the YouTube and just scroll down, they're all right there. If you want to listen on YouTube. If not, head over to Spotify and listen there, or Apple Music or whatever. Let me know which songs are your favorites. I already got a list of my favorites, and some of these songs, if you've been following along with me, had already been released as singles. This is just finally the project being wrapped up with Seed of Memory, Fist Up, Live Resin, and System with Shane Raj were already all released as singles.
Compilation.
Yes, and then the rest of the album is on there, so all the new shit. Like Find Some Luck I did with the kid OD. We never did anything together, and finally got to work with him, which was cool. No Amount of Money was produced by Go from Grind Mode Cypher, so that was a good little tidbit. And then I got Coop DMC, who I've been working with forever on this project. So like, yeah, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot to go check it out. But then I'm also working on trying to drop a single every single month through the rest of 2022, and I got like 4 already that I've done. And I got some new shit coming out with a bunch of new people, but some old same people, like Libsy's going to be on a track. I got another shit coming out with Libsy. And then I'm working with Jigs, who we had on the show not too long. Working with him on a track. We're actually getting a track together with like 6, 7, 8 MCs going to rap on this fucking one track, and he's part of that. Dope. Along with a couple other people. So this will be all coming together. So hopefully I can drop a single every single month for 2022. And not worry about trying to put an album together, just worry about the singles. I got a single coming out the end of this month, actually, I think on the 29th of April, featuring A-Plat, who's going to be a guest on the show here coming up from Sanford. Pretty dope little track called Teaching Lessons. So that's going to be the first of these monthly single drops to start dropping, because that's one's been finished for a second. So that's all the announcements I have for myself. Next week, who do we got? Let me pull up the graphic here. Live Resin. Yeah, that's a classic. I'm going pushing 60,000 plays on Spotify on Live Resin. So, yeah, here we go. And he's got some music. To be a pretty dope guest. He's been around the world. I think he was in the military, so he was in the military, so he traveled around a bit and got to experience other things. It'd be cool to talk to him about that. And that's pretty much what we got going on for next week. Tune in for that. Again, we're always looking for guests who want to be on the show. You can you can reach me through Instagram at Obese the Prophet. You can also email me obesetheprophet@gmail.com. Pretty easy to remember. You can go to obesetheprophet.com, find my contact info there. You can also go to elevateaudioandvisual.com, ryan.lemire@elevateaudioandvisual.com. I got a lot of different emails. All will get to me. Different ways to contact me if you're interested in being a guest on this show, or you have ideas for a show of your own, or you want to be a guest co-host on the show and come be on the other side of this and ask questions and be inquisitive. Just let me know, because it's pretty easy to just send you a link so you can jump on and hang out. So yeah, do that. And we are looking for people to come and do motherfucking shows on here. other than just this and the Whooshy Gang podcast. We want to have other things going on, but I'm really busy at this time with school, and it's hard for me to have extra time. And then I'm gonna have another one of these in the middle of May when I'm finished with school. So I'm gonna go from having school to having a dog that's gonna be up throughout the night for the first month or two. But after that, I do want to expand and get some other shows going and some different shit that doesn't even actually have to be music related. It could just be arts related. So if it's into talking about what upcoming movies have just released, even if it's something like that, if it's something talking about recent movies that came out, you want to talk about reviews, you've gone and seen them, what have you, want to pick up, do something. I'm into whatever. You want to display, painting, drawing, you want to do this shit live on here and do that kind of stuff, take live requests. We can set that all up for you through our account here and get you background graphics all set up, things like that, and get a show rolling for you for a lot cheaper than you might think. So it might be worth it to reach out to us if you do have ideas. You can kind of help bring them to life. I'm down to push art and creativity out there in any way, shape, or form. If you have any ideas, anything at all, let me know. You don't have to be from Maine. You don't have to be from New England. You can be from fucking wherever. It doesn't matter. Let's just try to push the content out and be creative with shit and see what else there's out there for art in the world. But yeah, we had a good show, and I'm gonna probably leave it at that.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And I mean, that's pretty much how, in a nutshell, how it goes. You know what I mean? So next week, tune in. We got your boy Carr on here, and I want to shout out Lucifer and everybody else who jumped in the chat to interact. If you're interested, Libsy. If you're interested in that article, I posted an article in the comments about our dreams being glimpses into alternate dimensions, and also the YouTube link for Dirty Boy Raw if you want to check out more of his content. And also, he's on other streaming platforms as well. I think he has a SoundCloud, and if you just search for Dirty Boy Raw on Google, you'll find that at squadlife_. What is it? It's fucking dirty or dirty. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. Let's
dirty squad life _
Yeah, there you go. Boom. At squad life _ dirty. I didn't want to say Dirty Boy Raw if it wasn't right, but yeah. So _ dirty. If you want to check him out on social media, find him there. But yeah, that's it for this week's show. Next week, like I said, we got Carr. I'm gonna play some funny clips from a show called The Osbournes Wanna Believe. I don't know if you've seen it, where Jack Osbourne sits down with Ozzy and Sharon, and they look at clips of paranormal things like Bigfoot and things, and he tries to convince them, and they debate whether they think it's real or fake. It's funny. They put together some clips on YouTube, short and condensed version of them and their comments, and I want to play some of them and just talk about it and laugh about it because it's pretty funny. So we'll get into that next week, and I think I have some more interesting, well, not new or anything, but some more interesting footage from the guy Todd Standing related to those Bigfoot things that we talked about before. I want to get into some of those on next week's episode. I'll be a little more organized when it comes to that so that we can check those out and go over that. So tune in next week for that. We'll be live right around 8 o'clock, and appreciate everybody tuning in, and have a great rest of your weekend, and have a great Monday tomorrow. Back at it.